Welcome back to another episode of the House of Aquarius podcast. It's your boy Make a Wish here. Man, I ain't gonna say it's been some time. This is some slip, stop, you know what I'm saying? But we're back, we're gonna bring this one. Actually, today I decided that we're gonna finish up the very last same sign relationship coupling. Alright? I did every single one but this one. And the funny thing about this is that I actually have ran into this one quite often recently, which made me spark up my interest a little more over the past month or so. So, I guess now's the time to get it done, you know what I'm saying? So, man, boy oh boy. This will be the Aries male, Aries female episode. Man. I've been doing a lot of talking too about coupling, this kind of stuff, but let's see if I can knock out the dust with this same sign. Aries one. Aries is a sign that I do love. It doesn't get the proper love and attention that you get all the time. That much I tell you is true. Alright, so going into this one. As I said, this is the same sign. So everything will be quite similar. We have a very masculine sign. And Aries, masculine not being manly, tough, masculine being extroverted, very open and outward going. Roll close here, I can't believe that. I knew it. I shouldn't have did this. Like I said, very outspoken and very forward with the mannerisms. That's basically how Aries is. Alright. Then we have fire sign. So Aries has that spark, that plug always drive them forward. You know, keep things moving forward fast. Love it. Where are we at now? What's the last thing? Cardinal sign. Aries is a cardinal sign. So they be starting some shit. Ooh, Aries be starting some shit, girl. Tell you what, right? Alright, so it's funny, this one is actually one of the ones that Aries is a sign that actually I find the most, I don't want to say problems with, but it's one of the signs that are actually very confusing at times, because we have the generalized, stereotypical Aries, which is very loud and boisterous, and everyone has to know they're in the room, and they're always just whining and screaming, air quotes there, you know what I'm saying? But that's what the boisterous, loud Aries is, alright? That's the stereotypical one. But what I've been seeing is that this could go either way, in either the male or the female, right? The male or the female. Because I see, this is the biggest thing about this. I see a lot of Aries that I know that I have personally come in contact with have been very, very reserved, generally speaking. And then not until you actually talk to them and get them into like a personal setting, do you actually see their fire, the spark, their drive, their Ariesness come out. That's one thing that I do find sometimes it throws me off. Like, it doesn't always throw me off. Like, unless they are outwardly spoken Aries, they're as confusing for me to realize who they are as a Gemini is. And I have only guessed Gemini twice out of like 15 or 20 attempts, okay? Because they're very similar in that regards. Like, either they're very, very much so, or they're very, very, very completely opposite. And with other signs, I don't have that issue. Like, I just talk to them a little bit, I can start seeing the mannerisms and that kind of stuff, right? So all that being said, though, for this Aries male, like, I tend to find Aries men to be more reserved in that regards. And not say more, women too. Every now and then I find one that's actually more like that. But in this regards, though, for this coupling here, that won't matter at all. Whoever is more boisterous or not, or whoever is more reserved or not, doesn't even matter, because this coupling, they work very well together. Okay? It's just one of the very few same sign dynamic that actually has the potential to actually be a very good coupling, okay? There's only been every other one, because my theory, as you guys know, because you've been listening to so much my content, right? Typically, same sign is a disaster because of the too many similar qualities and nothing to offset the other one or to help benefit the other one too much more, all right? So in this regards, though, as you go look at the male and the female, typically, situationally speaking, the female should be the one that's more actually adamant about settling down and making a relationship and so on and so forth, right? And in this situation, I want to say it's still heavily favored more for the female to be that person, but the male is actually more, because the characteristics of Aries, the male is going to be very prominent in that regards to. Aries is a sign that is very, 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 very competitive. Okay, that's one thing that you'll hear said quite often, and sometimes it's used in a very inappropriate context. That's one thing I don't like about it. They always say competitiveness and competition as of like they're always trying to battle, or always trying to be, prove to everyone else that they're better than everyone else. That's not necessarily the case. It's the competitiveness that I see is more in regards to achieving what they want and the passion they drive behind it to get what they get to. Okay, Aries is a very passionate sign. That's why I wanted people to actually get. Okay, she freaked me out. Just across the ground, freaked me out. Okay, Aries is a sign that is very passionate, and when they are going towards what they drive for, they're going to go full steam ahead towards that goal and try to achieve it. All right, so that's why I've been the attention level of the Aries going towards another Aries is going to be literally like two rams bunting towards it, like if things are both clicking. Okay, Aries is a sign that's very quick on, quick off. Either they love you or they hate you. That's quickly how it is, and that determination is very quick, just like that. Okay, just like that, snap of the fingers, and that's how these signs work. And honestly, like typically I say the woman might do this, the man would do this. In this situation, either one could push towards the other one and initiate, because they already are initiators. Someone's gonna make something happen, and it's gonna start progressing from there. All right, Aries desires independence a lot. Okay, so both these people in this relationship are both looking for they want to be comforted, but they also want their independence, and they need to be able to do their own thing in regards to what they're looking for in a relationship. But the Aries sign doesn't like to be held down. That's one best way to put it. Like too many strings. I won't say necessarily makes the Aries uncomfortable or feel any kind of way in regards to that, because for the most part, Aries has a problem with you. Aries let you know, and typically, like I said, in regards to how reserved I see an Aries person be, when you spark that plug, that fire, you cause a problem, they turn up. They turn shit up quickly, all right? And they let you know how they feel. And typically, hopefully, that problem is resolved really quickly right there and after, so that you're able to move on, because Aries does not actually like to be mad. Does not like to have problems. They like to be very happy and cheerful. So, they spark up, you conflict, things go back to being how they want it. Aries is happy now. Not necessarily happy, but that emotional outburst satisfies them, and they're able to move on with the next thing. Okay, go back to how it needs to be. That's how it typically be with Aries, dealing with Aries people. And in this situation here, that's one of the best things that can happen, because there are going to be blow-ups. There are going to be blow-ups in this relationship, and it should be mostly short-lived. Emotions short-lived. That's how I expect it to be. More often than not, unless you're actually like really super serious or things are really going some kind of way, it's always going to be a quick, short thing. Get it out the way, back to being how it needs to be. Back to being trying to be generous, because Aries is a very generous sign. They love to take care of people. Aries loves to take care of people. That's one of the things that astounds me with how bad of a reputation that Aries gets. Is because Aries is a very generous sign that loves to take care of people and loves to do things for people, and loves to show people they love how much they care about them. So in this relationship here, there will never be a shortcoming in regards to, well, sorry, I was gonna say never. There shouldn't be a shortage of shortcomings coming in the situation with regards to the love and caring from one side to the other. Provided everything's going, hunky-dory, smooth, all this shit, everything should always be constant. It's always a constant giving battle. One person may not like it sometimes, because sometimes Aries has a tendency to overstep their boundaries in regards to what they're trying to do and what they're trying to give. Because, the best way to put that. Yeah, good example. Like, I remember I was dealing with, was it my wife? Yeah, my wife. Her Aries friend was very, very great. She's like, oh man, I have something that I'm gonna give to you that I think you guys would really like, or whatever, or for your kid, or blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm gonna bring it over in 5 minutes, okay? And by the time my wife responded back to her, so, oh yeah, well, I'm not really there right now. Like, I'm just gonna clean up the house, she's right knocking on the door. That's how it is. And that 5 minutes became 2 minutes. So that's how it is. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing at a certain time, you know what I'm saying? And in this situation here, who knows if that would be a bad, good thing in this relationship? It all depends on what other placements on the signs, Other placements in the birth chart for these people determine how good or bad that is, or blah, 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 But honestly, the only thing that is like a really bad thing on top of my head is the fact that Aries is a sign that, I mean, they do have quick fiery tempers. That's the one thing that's going to be happening. So there is a potential for a lot of big blow-ups, a lot of emotional swings, and depending on how things are happening, the emotional swings can be very big or can be very small, and how each person determines to deal with it, it all comes down to how they handle themselves and their emotional and their mental capacity for release, that kind of shit, Like I said, for the most part, there should be a lot of blow-ups that happen, they come and go, emotions get high, blah, 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 things happen, But almost everything that Aries generally needs in regards to the happiness of being an Aries, another Aries is willing to do so. There will never be a shortage of adventure, to say the least. They both have that fire. They're both willing to go do things. They're both willing to be out. There potentially will not be any issues in regards to adultery, anything like that. Okay. Now I say that very loosely because it's talking sun sign only here. The sun sign being that is the fact that Aries is a sign that there is no other person in the relationship other than the Aries. If you are showing to the Aries that they're not the most important person in regards to that standing, there's gonna be a huge problem. Like, huge problem. Like, holy shit. You never heard of I can't think what it's called. When you had a backdraft. There you go, go on backdraft. You know what a backdraft is? You don't watch that movie? Go watch that movie. See that first scene, it was like the fucking first 5 minutes of the movie. Backdraft. Shit blow up on you in a heartbeat. That is how Aries runs. And if you're not running with Aries in regards, you can't make them feel like they are not the most important person in the relationship, and to you in the relationship, okay? So that's not gonna fly, okay? There should be no attempting for that kind of stuff. Listen, Aries is, like I said, very passionate, very supportive. So whatever one wants to do, that's it. The other one will probably most likely be willing to do so, or they come to some kind of compromise somehow, because Aries is a very verbal sign. They're willing to say things to each other, no filter. Okay? No, don't want to do this. No, we shouldn't be doing this. This is a bad idea. How about we go do this instead? And it's not a very diplomatic situation here, but the thing is, they should be able to work things out easier because of the fact that they have that luxury of being so open and free with each other. And that's one of the best things that should be great. The communication should be fucking phenomenal, okay? And in theory. So, that's a very good thing there. Like I said, we won't have to worry about feeling any kind of way or lack thereof for another person, because everything being worn on their sleeve, and they're willing to talk about things quite often. There won't be shortage and boredom. Well, shortage of boredom. There won't be a shortage in the causing the boredom. There we go. Because they're both willing to do things. They really like being active and doing such and make the other person happy. They'll always be there supporting each other for any kind of common goals they may have, or anything going for a current direction. So that's a great thing. Oh, one thing you need to worry about though is that since even though they are both same sign, because they're both same sign, they have that generosity, help you, blah, blah, blah. But the only thing they're lacking, because this Aries is fire sign. Fire signs do not lack in the emotional department, okay? Typically. Okay? It just, they don't like to talk about it. But Aries is a sign that is very emotional as is. Is this sign the water sign of the fire signs? Sag is the air sign of the fire signs. And would that make Leo the earth sign of the fire signs? The more grounded one? Yes. There we go. So this is water sign and fire signs. So the more emotional through the passion, all the good stuff, like just being out there how it is. Shit, I drug it off. I forgot where we're going with that. So they'll never feel any other type of way to what they're expected to feel in a relationship. That's the great thing there. Who was it? What was it? How was it? It was I have something I was gonna say, but that's very important. Oh yes, the grounding. Yeah, there's literally nothing there to really hold them back from doing things too far out, too explicit. Like, that's a good thing about having earth sign or having earth sign qualities inside a birth chart, is that they can help potentially have a better ability to be more stable, secure in the long run, and have better planning concepts out there, because Aries is a sign that likes to get into a lot of things, likes to start things up, and then when they don't have the results they want to see, they move on to the next thing or leave this one unfinished. That is something that could be an issue on both parts of these people, because they're both doing the same, not the same thing, but they're both doing similar style of things like that. And if they're both doing independent things, and they both come together, keep making more things happen without ever finishing up, or come together and do it together, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing to watch out for, because financially that could be an issue. But the good thing about that is, depending on how things work with the Aries, they're Aries go-getters. So if they always find work, go get more money. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing about Aries. That drive, that passion to go get things more. Oh man, like, I know, honestly, like, this is one of the ones that for the most part, everything does run fairly well. Most of the problems of Aries, they self-regulate for themselves by being an Aries. So most of the problems are avoided. There's going to be issues in regards to, you know, the blow-ups and the emotions and that kind of stuff, because situations, sometimes one might go out too further, and then the other one's comfortable at times because of the cardinal drive to go do stuff, the impulsiveness with that could be an issue. But like I said, for the most part though, this is one where it's like, honestly, there isn't much bad to say about this in regards to things that I watch out for, other than slow down a little bit, be a little cautious. Not in regards to your relationship, but just how you handle your things and how you're going through things and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's another day, another topic, another story for you guys. That's, every situation is different. So if I put it on the scale like I did with everything else, long term short-term success. I feel that would be like a 75, 80% plus. Like they will click right away. Like I said, either they love each other right away or hate each other right away, or one or the other. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. And they will directly, blatantly express to the other person right away how they feel. So things won't get too far back. So short term is like, you know, either that or nah. You know what I'm saying? Long term, once they actually get together, like I said, I've been talking about a couple people about this quite recently, about this coupling. Long term success has been what I've been seeing, which, if putting them together like I just did right here, I don't see anything that's really gonna be a bad thing to prevent them from actually being a long-term successful couple. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing about this, they might be broke at some point in time, or they might have too many things on the plate and be a little too stressed from each other to actually have a full, like, romanticizing possibly. But that's just potential schematics and nitpicking situations. Like, it could be that your situation you might be in, a situation will not be nothing like that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way though, let me know down in the comments below how you feel about this, your thoughts about this. If you're in an Aries relationship, let me know how it is. If you know someone who's in an Aries relationship, let me know how that goes from the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? So, I much appreciate that. Help me help other people, help the world, and make this place a better place. You know what I'm saying? So, all that being said, crap, all these all the shows going on, I keep forgetting stuff. Let's make the world a better place, one person at a time, starting with you. Well, wrong one. See? That's the other one. Yeah. So either way, be you. Yeah, that one's us. Be you. Make a wish out.